sewu kuto wis tak lewati, sewu ati tak takoni, nanging kabeh padha ra ngerteni. Lungamu ning ngendi pirang taun anggonku goleki sepene durung bisa nemoni. Wis tak coba ngaliyake jenengmu saka atiku, satenane aku ora ngapusi isi tresno sliramu. Umpamane kowe wis mulya, lilo aku lilo, yo mung siji dadi panyuwunku. Aku pengen ketemu senadyan sakgede pinoto tanggo tombo kangen jroning dodo, senadyan sakgede pinoto tanggo tombo kangen jroning dodo.
You know, my boyfriend once asked me, "You always talk about stupidity. Now, tell me what effect has the book given to you? You have read the book for like 1 year. If until now you cannot tell me what the book has given to you, then you are bullshit." To explain centhini in few sentences, it is an old Javanese manuscript consisting of 12 volumes. Each page has its own climax. Some people refer to centhini as Javanese Kama Sutra, but actually it is an encyclopedia of Javanese culture. It was commissioned by Pakubuwono V from Surakarta Palace, written by 3 court poets, and also partially written by Pakubuwono V himself. Surat Centhini was first published in 1814. Ma, aku dapat program itu tuh yang substation 18 bulan, jadi aku mau ke Solo sama Jogja. Gak usah ke Jogja. Ngapain? Ntar ketemu si itu lagi. Ya udah ke Solo, ketemu Pak Prapto. Iya udah, sama bapak itu aja. Dia Cina kan? Peduli amat. Udahlah ke Solo aja, nggak usah ke Jogja. Aneh, kamu tuh demennya main sama yang gituan. Kalau temenan doang boleh, gak usah lebih dari itu.
Hatiku yang resah takkan bisa tenang sebelum ku dengar indah suaramu. Tak sabar hatiku merindukanku. Walaupun kau tahu ada yang memiliki, tapi cintaku tetaplah untukmu. Pengen ku SMS-an wedi karo emakku, pengen telepon-teleponan wedi karo bapakku, pengen ku ngomong sayang wedi karo bapakku. Sakjane kangen iki ra kena dilereni, nanging aku wedi. Pengen ku SMS-an wedi karo emakku, pengen telepon-teleponan wedi karo bapakku, pengen ku ngomong sayang wedi karo bapakku. Sakjane kangen iki ra kena dilereni, nanging aku wedi karo emakku, wedi karo bapakku, wedi karo emakku.
So I went to Jogja. I stayed in my boyfriend's place in Kota Gede. I didn't call home. If my mom SMS me, I only reply in 1 or 2 words. Centhini tells a parallel story between Cebolang and Among-Raga. Cebolang is naughty. Basically, he does everything that is forbidden in his religion and culture. One day, he ran away from his parents. His first destination was Kota Gede. Last time, Kota Gede was the capital of Mataram Kingdom. In that city, he met a person called Amat Tenggara. Cebolang stayed in his house for quite a while.
Sri, kapan kowe bali? Kowe lunga ora pamit aku, jarene neng pasar pamit tuku trasi, nganti saiki kowe durung bali. Sri, opo kowe lali? Janjine seidup semati, aku ora nyono kowe arep lunga, loro atiku loro. Ndang bali yo Sri, ndang bali yo, aku loro mikir kowe ono ning endi. Ndang bali yo Sri, ndang bali yo, teko temen kowe minggat ningale aku. Yen pancene Sri, kowe eling aku, ndang bali yo, aku kangen setengah mati. Ndang bali yo, aku kangen setengah mati.
Let us rewind to 2009. Kamu tahu nggak asal usulnya wayang purwa? Enggak, Mahabharata aja baru baca. Kamu harus baca centini. Di sana dikasih tahu asal usul wayang purwa. Itu buku India. Sastra Jawa, Kama Sutra Jawa. Wow, Jawa ada Kama Sutra. Kok ada wayangnya? Kamu baca dulu sana bukunya. Ntar juga kamu tahu sendiri. Mas Pandu udah baca bukunya? Belum. Susah nyari bukunya. One day, a guest came to Amat Tenggara's house and told this story to Cebolang. This myth tells how Yudhishthira was rejected in the heaven because he still carried his earthly body onto heaven. Yudhishthira went back to earth, meditated in the ocean for 600 years, but he still could not die because he owns this talisman called Jamus Kalimosodo. After 600 years, Yudhishthira went back to heaven and asked the god, "Why, I still cannot die?" Then the gods told Yudhishthira, "You go to Glagahwangi forest. In that forest, you will meet a guy who can make you die." So Yudhishthira went to the Glagahwangi forest. In another place, Sunandiri, one of the Wali Songo, asked Sunan Kalijaga to go and inspect this Glagahwangi forest. Sunan Kalijaga went to the forest. In the middle of the forest, he saw this man 6 times the size of a normal human. His whole body was covered in black hair. Sunan Kalijaga tried talking to the man, but the man only looked at him. Sunan Kalijaga thought this man must be from the Hindu Buddhist era, so he tried talking to the man in Buddhist language. The man said, "He is Yudhishthira. He was the king of Amarta Kingdom, and he could not die despite having meditated in the ocean for 600 years because he owns this Jamus Kalimosodo." Sunan Kalijaga asked, "Can I see the talisman?" Yudhishthira said, "Can, but you have to tell me what is inside and what is the meaning." The moment Yudhishthira said that, his stiff arm automatically opens up, revealing the talisman. Sunan Kalijaga read what is inside the talisman, and it was Kalimat Syahadat. He explained the meaning of Kalimat Syahadat to Yudhishthira, and finally Yudhishthira could die. Before he died, he passed 3 leather puppets to Sunan Kalijaga, and he asked that Sunan Kalijaga should spread Islam in Java using these leather puppet forms. This is Wayang Purwa. After that, Yudhishthira died buried in that forest. Kalimah Syahadat Mangkyo Wus kalampah jenagem denu gemi dening tiang ingkang sampun Because if I continue to all the other verses, then I will be reading the whole kalimat syahadat, then I have to convert to Islam. Sayang, tadi pas aku bakar sampah, itu Pak Pos nanya, kamu udah dapat kontrakan belum? Dia takut. Takut kenapa sayang? Kemarin kos-kosan di belakang rumah tuh digerebek, ada pasangan mahasiswa ditangkap karena mereka belum nikah tapi satu rumah. Kita kan nggak ngapa-ngapain sayang. Ini kan kampung, mereka nggak mau lah. Pak Pos takut digerebek, itu malah jadi masalah. Ya udah, aku pergi aja ke Puri Ganesha. Udah jelas hotelnya, bisa disewa per bulan. Ini cukup nggak? Cukup. In another place, there is Among Raga. He is the son of Sunan Giri, one of the Wali Songo. Giri was attacked by Mataram Kingdom. Sunan Giri was caught and brought to Mataram as a hostage, but his children managed to run away. Among Raga went to the west, while his brother and sister went to the east. Among Raga spent the whole journey in this book looking for his brother and sister. Whenever Among Raga reached a new place, he would meet the leader of that place. Then he would be engaged in a conversation about religion. Among Raga could answer every question very, very well, leaving the leader of the place in awe and very happy. On top of that, the leader of that place would then happily teach him new things, be it about religion or about life skill. So along the way, Among Raga becomes very, very wise. He also visited Mataram, but he didn't bump into Cepolang. In Mataram, he reached a village called Selo village. This village is named after Ki Ageng Selo. Ki Ageng Selo is the lightning capturer. When Ki Ageng Selo was ploughing his rice field, suddenly the lightning came, disturbing him. Although he felt disturbed, he stayed cool, standing tall in his field. When the lightning came again, he caught the lightning, trapped him inside a stone, and put it in front of a mosque. No one was to pour water onto the stone. One day, when the crowds were gathering in front of the mosque to see the lightning, a woman came sneaking. Centhini years ago, I spent quite a bit of time looking for it. Big bookstores in Indonesia didn't sell it. So I went to Bandung, West Java. I went to a second-hand book market there. I casually asked one of the shops, "Do you have Centhini?" Then the shopkeeper said, "Centhini is only for those who understands it." So I said, "Oh, okay, I'm doing an academic research on it." So he went inside. Then he came back holding this book, slightly bigger than A4 size, mint colored, hardcover, but not so thick. I thought it was the wrong book. It turns out it is the right book. It is the first publication of the summarized version of Serat Centhini, written by Sumahat Makar. So I bought the book. Shortly after that, I found another version of the book written by Elizabeth Nandiak, the first foreigner to ever rewrite Centhini into another language. I found it in Jakarta. Months after that, I found the novel version of it in Jogja. This novel comes in 4 series, but I only bought the first one. I read half of it, then I don't like it because it felt so different with the previous 2 versions that I bought. Months after that, I bought the coffee book table of it. It's very nice, very thick hardcover, all full color, many photographs. It was in Singapore, but I was still curious. This book comes in 12 volumes. I have been buying single books. So I went back to the second-hand book market. I asked for the original version, volume 1 to 12. They had it, volume 1 to 12, but number 8 was missing. So I passed my number to the shopkeeper, asked him to inform me if he has found the 8th volume. I waited for 1 year, no news. So I went back again to the market, asking for the same book again. They still presented me the same set of books without the 8th volume. Then finally, I go to the Javanology Library in Jogja. I photocopied from volume 1 to 12. Then, after I photocopied the volumes, I went back to my room, happily opened my laptop. Then I stumbled upon this free downloadable version PDF of Serat Centhini. Thank you very much.
Kemana, 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 harus mencari kemana. Kekasih tercinta tak tahu rimbanya, lama tak datang ke rumah. Di mana, di mana, di mana tinggalnya sekarang, di mana? Kesana kemari membawa alamat, namun yang ku temui bukan dirinya. Sayang, yang ku terima alamat palsu. Ku tanya sama teman-teman semua, tetapi mereka bilang tidak tahu. Sayang, mungkin diriku sudah tertipu, membuat aku frustasi dibuatnya. Di mana,
The woman who has been sneaking among the crowds got closer to the stone. She poured water onto the stone. There was an explosion. Both the lightning and the woman disappeared. Turns out, the woman is the female lightning, and the lightning trapped inside the stone is the male lightning. Now they are reunited, and they come back to where they are supposed to be. Actually, I really want to meet this guy, Pak Karkono Kamajaya. He was the first person to Latinize centhini from the curly alphabet, the curly Japanese alphabet, into ABCDE. But then, too bad, he passed away in 2003. Who the hell is this guy? Is this a spam? But it's too specific. Okay. Hi Goro, thank you so much. We'll try to contact her. Smiley face. Asking for my address. This is getting weird. Okay. Hi Goro, thank you so much. Can I have your email address please? Smiley face. Hi Goro, thank you so much for the address. May I know, are you a lecturer in Japanese Lit? Wow. I didn't know Pak Karkono was involved in theater. By the way, have you read centhini? Until today, we still communicate with each other through email and direct messages on Instagram. He always checks on my progress regularly. This morning, I met the one and only Didi Nini Towo. If you haven't known who he is, you better know. Because he's the unimitable dancer and choreographer whose dance Dwi Muka is famous all over the world. By the way, Dwi Muka means two face. He always performs as female dancer with all grace and femininity, bringing cross-gender to performing arts. Our chat covers so many things, from Serat Centhini to his collaboration with Elizabeth Inandia, his own identity as half Chinese, half Japanese, politics in art, funding matters, so many more. I really should have met him way earlier. To sum up our discussion, a stage is a place where anything can happen, where taboo can become acceptable, where haram can become halal. But most importantly, a stage is a place of transformation, from performer into something else, and transformation of perception. Last Sunday, Om Didi and I met this Dr. Andes Manu and his student Arya. Dr. Andes Manu is currently a lecturer in Universitas Gadjah Mada in Jogja. He is teaching Japanese Lit, of course. He is a philolog. He is such a purist to the point that I got frustrated listening to him because everything that is currently done about Japanese culture is wrong according to him. In our discussion about Serat Centhini, he said that in his opinion, the author of Serat Centhini didn't go to West Java, East Java, and to Mekah as mentioned in the book itself. The author just plainly followed the old historical ancient Javanese map done by the Dutch, because he sees a close resemblance between the places mentioned in Centhini and also the places in the map. Then I asked, how about the stories? Then he said, okay, the stories are from Dutch articles. For example, when Serat Centhini mentioned about reok dance happening in Ponorogo, there is a Dutch article saying that there is a reok dance in Ponorogo. Yeah, so we can say that Serat Centhini is a compilation of articles forming a map of Java. It's okay. Last Thursday, I went to a Mocopatan event organized by Dr. Andes Manu. Simple event, but I was surprised. They started the event with an offering ritual. I was asked to accompany the whole thing, so I got to see everything. First, they bring the offering. After that, a guy started to burn kemenyan. He threw the kemenyan 3 times into the fire, and after that, he started singing 3 verses from the scripture that we were going to sing at that time. After he was done, we started the Mocopatan event. All traditional Javanese movements are imageries of the nature and human action. For example, Pucang Kaninan. This is an imagery of a coconut tree swaying in the wind. Kipat Gajahan. This is an elephant swaying its trunk and flipping its ears. For the Javanese, dance is like balancing ourselves with the nature and trying to be at peace with ourselves. Now, contemporary in Javanese traditional dance is when you make amendments to the basic movement. For example, when you lift your armpit very high until the audience can see your armpit. Because in Javanese traditional dance, you have to keep your knees bent and make sure your armpit is not visible at audience eye level. Then I asked, let's say I use the traditional movement as they are, not making any amendments to it, but I arrange it in a new dance sequence. Is it contemporary? My dance teacher, Mbak Tipu, said that no, it is still traditional, but we call it new creation traditional dance. Nanti kamu kalau udah bisa narinya, ikut ya ke keraton. Hah? Ngapain ke keraton? Iya, ikut latihan nari di sana. Semua murid saya bawa latihan ke keraton. Wah, ada gurunya di sana? Ya, ada sih. Tapi gitu semua gurunya. Maksudnya? Iya, jadi senior saya tuh kalau misalnya ngasih komentar cuma kamu narinya keliru, tapi nggak pernah ngasih tahu kelirunya di mana. Terus Mbak Tipu belajar dance nari bisa kayak gini di mana? Ya, saya bela-belain banget, udah latihan di keraton, saya ke tempat lain lagi latihan. Pernah ada satu guru. Ini guru, ya sama, kalau bilang selalu, kamu narinya keliru. Terus dia kan udah tua, terus dia sakit, masuk rumah sakit. Saya nggak boleh pulang dari rumah sakit. Disuruh temenin, disuruh pijitin. Terus, ya udah deh saya temenin. Tiba-tiba dia ngomong, sebenarnya kamu narinya udah bagus, tapi gerakan yang ini diginiin, gerakan yang itu digituin. Belum sempat saya catat, belum meninggal orangnya. Om Didi dan Asmi, kau gimana? Kamu udah ada gambaran mau bikin centininya gimana? And I told him, yes, saya mau bikin centini kontemporer. Loh, nggak tradisional. Ya pengen sih tradisional, tapi kayaknya 20 tahun lagi ya baru bisa. Ya kalau sekarang bikin ntar setengah-setengah. Ya, oke, kita kan harus jujur dalam berkarya. Jadi, ya walaupun saya bukan Jawa, ini buku sudah memberikan efek tertentu pada saya. Ya, saya akan menunjukkan efeknya apa sih dari buku ini. Dan ya pakai bahasa saya sendiri, mungkin itu disebutnya kontemporer. Tapi kalau menurut saya, ya emang saya bisanya itu sih. Terus, ya itulah saya. Kalau gitu, kamu sudah menjawab semua kegelisahanmu selama ini.
Inikah caramu membalas cintaku, dari cinta yang ku beri? Inikah caramu membalas sayangku, kau lukai sayangku untukmu. Teganya kau menari di atas tangisanku, kau permainkanku sesuka hatimu. Sudah cukup, cukup, sudah cukup sampai di sini saja. Daripada hati gelisah, cintaku kau balas dengan dusta. Sudah cukup, cukup, sudah cukup sampai di sini saja. Daripada batin tersiksa, lebih baik ku pergi saja. Berulang kali ku coba mengalah, ternyata sabarku tak berarti untukmu. Teganya kau menari di atas tangisanku, kau permainkanku sesuka hatimu. Sudah cukup, cukup, sudah cukup sampai di sini saja. Daripada hati gelisah, cintaku kau balas dengan dusta. Sudah cukup, cukup, sudah cukup sampai di sini saja. Daripada batin tersiksa, lebih baik ku pergi saja.
I have stopped going to any Mocopatan event organized by Dr. Andesmani, and I do not plan to speak to him for 20 years. Imagine how frustrating it is. He never wants to talk to me. He never replies my email. He always asks his student to send his one-line message to me. Whenever I bring a book to him, he always laughs at the book, ridicule the book. And whenever he speaks to anyone in front of me, he will purposely use high-class Javanese language. Obviously, I don't understand. I think I can find a person that is way better than him. Among Raga reached a new place called Wanamarta. In Wanamarta, Among Raga married a lady called Tambang Raras. They spent 39 days being naked on the bed, doing nothing. They just talked. Among Raga gave his teachings to his wife. And Among Raga answered all questions that his wife asked. sister. He went around searching and searching. He kept meditating. Finally, he stayed in Gunung Kidul area in Yogyakarta. He opens up a residence there. He openly lets his disciple to use magic tricks to amaze the crowd. In a short while, Amang Raga gained so many followers. The news about this guy who used magic tricks to amaze the crowd reached the king's ears. The king then asked that this guy should be punished and drowned into the southern sea. Amang Raga was put in a bamboo cage for pigs and thrown into the southern sea. In that dream, I was gliding. My body stayed relatively close to the ground, but I was flying. I was floating in the air. In that dream, I was performing a piece from centhini. Everybody commented on how good the performance was, because I became one with the piece. I lost myself in the piece. I felt so light. I flew. I don't understand the logic in this dream, but I wish that dream lasted forever. The cage came back to the shore empty. Amang Raga has disappeared. The soldier who carried out that punishment thought to himself, "We must have killed a holy man." Someone used to say to me, maybe centhini can be compared to Mahabharata because both are epic. But now I understand how different centhini is from Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, you can see your enemy right in front of you. But in centhini, you are your own enemy. You have to defeat yourself. Weird things happen during the show. During the Q&A session, I saw this man around 30 to 40 years old wearing black traditional Japanese clothing. He was standing among the crowds. I thought he was the pawang hujan because we did hire a rain man to stop the rain for the performance. Then I asked my organizer, why didn't he introduce me to the pawang hujan, to the rain man? Then he said, no, the rain man didn't come. He performed the ritual from afar. Then I asked, so who was the man? Who was the audience wearing the traditional Japanese clothing, all black? And he said, no one was wearing traditional clothing. And yes, logically speaking, in Malang, no one will ever wear traditional clothing to watch a performance. In Jogja or Solo, yes, maybe. But in Malang, then another weird thing, I was really confused when the stage manager ran to me, then he kept shouting, we have to start the show now, we have to start now, all the audience are here. Then I was like, okay, I walked slowly to the first position on stage. Then I thought we had no audience at all, so rather than wasting our time waiting for audience, we just start the event, videotape the thing and be done with it quickly. I ended the performance by walking through this walkway, going to the inner chamber of the temple. After everything was done, I walked down from the chamber, then wow, I saw so many people sitting on the walkway that I passed. This is unexplainable because I didn't see the audience at all. I only saw the crews.
Few days ago, when I was almost asleep, I was dying. I could feel myself leaving my body. I was pulled out from my body. At that moment, I didn't know what to do. I just knew it was not my time yet. I was fighting so hard to keep myself inside my body, but I was already out of my body. My whole body felt so cold. After a few minutes, I felt that I was back in my body, but I know soon I will be out forever. At that moment, I just wanted to be hugged. Kapan kowe bali, kowe lunga ora pamit aku, jarene ning pasar pamit tuku trasi, nganti saiki kowe durung bali. Opo kowe lali, janjine sehidup semati. Aku ora nyono, kowe arep lunga, loro atiku, atiku loro. Nang balio Sri, nang balio, aku loro mikir kowe ono nang ndi. Nang balio Sri, nang balio, teko temen kowe ninggale aku. Yen pancene Sri, kowe eling aku, ndang balio aku kangen setengah mati. Ndang balio aku kangen setengah mati.
Now I'm on the train back to Jakarta. I hate Jakarta. I hate my parents' house. I hate the traffic jam. I just hate Jakarta. But what to do? I have to come back once in a while. Why do I hate my house so much? I am so ashamed to say this, but I hate my parents and my big family to the extreme. It's like even the sight of their faces can make me angry. It's an accumulation of everything. I just wish to be left alone. I can live without them, and if they die, I won't cry. Chokolang has been surviving by going around villages and cities performing. Sometimes he does magic tricks. Sometimes he flirt with women whenever he goes. But in his last trip, he was chased away because he was caught flirting with all the concubines of the governor in that place. He was almost killed, so he ran for his life. Finally, he decided to come home. It was such a hard decision for him. Because first, he was ashamed. He ran away. Second, what if his father chased him away? Where would he put his face? And he hasn't learned much on the religious side. To put it short, he has learned how to play, but he hasn't learned how to pray. To come back home is a struggle. mother found it when she was mopping the floor. She called me to see that thing, and yeah, it was huge. The diameter is around like 1 to 2 centimeters, and the length is 7 to 8 centimeters. I don't know what it is, but we decided to keep it as a pet. Every day I would ask my mother, how is the caterpillar doing? We make few speculation about this, like how did it come to our house? What is the species? Whether it will become butterfly or moth. After a few days, it shed some skin and it became a red cocoon. I started talking more to my parents, spending more time in the living room than in my own room. Just watch TV together or just sit together being in the same room. One day, Among Raga reached East Java. He went to this Penataran temple. His disciple Gatak and Gatuk stayed at the bottom of the temple. Among Raga went up and he went around the temple. Penataran temple's original name is Pala. Pala means observer or protector. It's funny how one word can mean two opposite actions. But how, I mean, come to think of it, we can be active while being passive. Once my friend claimed that he is able to do telepathy with his ancestor and even with aliens. My other friend told me that he can heal someone just through phone call. At first I don't believe, but then there are so many things in this universe that we don't understand yet. This world holds too many mysteries for us to find out in one lifetime. Even to figure out our own life, we can only fully understand it when we die. We have to die a zillion deaths in order to understand the whole universe. The first step that we can always do is to be aware of ourselves and our surrounding. Now let us go back to my boyfriend's question to prove that I'm not bullshit. Well, so what, Centhini? Okay. I was raised normally. I was raised to greet the neighbor, to greet people, to be nice to neighbor, to play in the neighbor's house. A very normal way of life. That was until the May riots in Indonesia in 1998. I was playing badminton in front of my house when suddenly my mother forced us to come inside. That was the last day I lived as a social person. We stayed inside the house for a few days. Only the radio was making sound. Every few minutes I heard which area got burned, which area got robbed, which area got raped. One day, my father asked us to get ready. We are moving to a hotel. Our place wasn't safe anymore. I saw my father digging a hole in my yard. He buried a clay jar containing my mother's jewelry. He put all important documents inside a folder and he put it inside his shirt. The next few hours was blank. Until now, I don't know how I reached the hotel. Was I taking car? with whose car? How could I reach the hotel safely when all the roads leading to that hotel is full of people robbing, burning, and raping all the Chinese girls? After we came back from the hotel, everything was different. My mother planted large bush in front of her balcony so that when anyone knocks at our gate, we can hide behind the bush and have a look, who's that guy? But mainly we don't open our gate anymore. We don't take guests anymore. We stop talking to the neighbors because they are too bully. Then I moved to Singapore. I stayed in dormitory. The first few years I was very quiet because I didn't dare to speak. My English was very bad. I only started talking in university. When I moved to Jogja last year, it was such a shock for me. I have to become a guest in someone's house. I have to accept guests in someone's house. I have to make new friends. I have to talk to my friends' toddlers. I have to talk to my friends' parents. I have to experience this volcanic eruption. I have to help an old man who was hit by a motor car. Things that I never did before. Then came Centhini with all its stories. It became a very long checklist for me. Centhini is the name of a maid in this book. She only appears in very few scenes, and every time she's there, she's there, but she's not there. But you know, last time a maid wasn't just a maid. At that time, a maid was your companion in life. He or she makes sure that your life is sufficient in every aspect. In this project, all the people that I've talked to are Argentine. They have directed me, they make sure that I choose the right path. Now I am back to zero as a human. I relearned everything that I have lost these past few years. I am coming home to my parents, to my own self, to become who I am supposed to be.
Sri, kapan kowe bali? Kowe lunga ora pamit aku. Jarene ning pasar pamit tuku trasi, nganti saiki kowe durung bali. Opo kowe lali janjine sehidup semati. Aku ora nyono kowe arep lunga, loro atiku loro. Nang balio Sri, nang balio, aku loro mikir kowe ono ning endi. Nang balio Sri, nang balio, tego temen kowe minggat ninggale aku. Yen pancene Sri kowe eling aku, ndang balio aku kangen setengah mati. Ndang balio aku kangen setengah mati.